All right, yeah, so just reviewing the market and some possibilities that it's set up. So this was the spring that led to the high. This spring right here led to the high of this. And I explained how, the spring resolved the trading range. There's a tendency to resolve trading ranges. And there was one other trade, but it's not really that visible. It's more of a break and test. And it is also a spring, but it's not, how should I explain? This is the low right here. This was the spring. So this was the low. This was the spring. So how did that look? When the market was going down, it rallied on 2.4 times average volume right here. So already you know that this is a demand area, right? What happened? Market goes back and tests that demand area. Demand comes back in. When it comes back in, it takes it and takes out the high. Now it doesn't go any further, and that's fine. It comes back down. As it comes back down, it retests and springs this low, the demand low. At first, it looked like a change in behavior or some serious selling that was going to break the low, but you just have to know that a higher time frame, what the position was on the higher time frame, and that the higher time frame is more important and more telling than a lower time frame. It came down, and immediately I saw this bounce back within this range. So I'm thinking, how is this going to fare when it's coming back within the range and makes a higher high? Then it retested this area right here, which was telling me that there was a lot of volume buying here. Test, retest, and then it went. So this type of spring is a little bit more difficult to see because the waves don't catch it. It's down and more of like an inside wave, and then takes out the low, and you just have to know, and then it popped. As far as gold was concerned, there was a spring right there. So this was the spring, and this was the spring, and I knew that this thing was going to be significant because if you take a look at the move, right, it sprung these lows, but look at the damage it did. This is the biggest volume in 12 waves, followed by another big volume, and 2.6 times average up volume. 2.6 times average up volume, shit pullback, and a higher high that takes out all of these highs. So this occurred to me as possible, all range-bound behavior, possible accumulation, whatever. I don't know, but I know that this, the 12 right here, that's very meaningful. When it has that higher high, also on volume. So now it's just a pull back, retest, test, and go, boom. And this, the way it responded here, biggest in 3.9 times average up volume, biggest in 49 plus waves, and took out this high and rallied. So that's about it. So there are 3 springs we went over. The first spring is here. That led to the high on the ES. The second spring is on crude, which is this low. Got, sprung right here with a break and test. Why is that important? Because this bar here is a breakout bar. This test is a break and test on a spring of this bar, and it rallied. And the final one here, I mean, I don't know what the hell this is. It's just up and down against, springs. Like over here you had an up thrust, went down. Over here you had a spring and went up. So now what are you expecting? You want to see how it handles 2383. If it breaks right through, or is it going to reject, right? I want to see this break this 2375, go to 2383, reject there, and come back and retest this low. Basically taking out the 2359 low to retest 2349. All right, so that's all, folks. And this is just one style. Again, this is not the be-all end-all. It's just one style. There's this style. There's the volume profile style. Very powerful. If you know how to, and the reason why it works is because it's basically retesting accumulation areas. That's all. That's what it's doing, where large positions have been built. So those positions are defended, and the market goes back up. So that's really it. So you're just trying to find that large accumulation area and the level in that accumulation area that big buyers have built, and their retest of that. It's that straightforward. You just have to have confidence that and specialized skill that tells you this right here, this block, this is accumulation or distribution, and now we're retesting it at that level, and these guys are buying more or buying again, and be able to trade with them. That's why it's a highly effective style. Do not just use randomly. You have to have that model of accumulation markup and all that. So that's a really great style. I think that's about it. All right, take care. Bye.